Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hope everyone's good today. Hold my charts here. There we go. Okay. Right on. Hope everyone's good, man. Friday, second day of the month. It's kind of a beginning and an ending. Want to end the week green, but also start off the month right. So I hope everyone's doing well. I'm lost. Hey, there's a new face in the chat. Welcome. Good morning. Oh, right on. What's up, Fabi? No, not yet, Tick Hunter. Morning, Joe. No, not yet. That is in the works. Different Discord group he's referring to. Man, we got some nice movement overnight. This is awesome. Definitely have some sort of uptrend going on here. Pretty visually obvious, right? I had this uptrend going here. Have a break. This is all news. But have a break, a new high. So uptrend is likely played out. But then we didn't really pull down below the EMA very much. So we might have a larger pattern that's going to start to form. This bearish correction already has a break and a new low, so that could be played out already, and we can continue higher here. So just playing with the idea of maybe a larger channel. I think that's too wide so far. This looks more like a high range, but we will see. Really, right here is kind of going to be the tell. We just push higher and continue going, then we can look to find a wider pattern. But if we turn down here, I think this is what we're going to have, just kind of a push up and move into a range structure. Friday, looks like most everyone's sleeping in. Hey, what's going on, Pete? Good morning. Yeah, did finish the eval. Unfortunately, I really trying to save that just for the live stream, but forgot to turn it off my trade copier and was trading normally, and then hit the target. So yeah, that one's passed. I'm actually not, so before we start the new challenge, I kind of want to take another vote for maybe strategy, how we're going to approach it. So for now, I'm just trading in one of my funded accounts. Well, I always am. I always got the trade copier on, but now it's actually leading here. Hey, morning, Gabe. Yeah, so see, so far we're turning down right here. So that is a sign that this likely will be the correct structure. A high range here. That, Pete, you've mentioned that before. That's a possibility. That's a possibility. That'd be fun. I kind of miss trading the NAS. You know, maybe if enough people speak up and say they want to hear that, we can rock that. So, I'm pretty stoked that we got some movement though, guys. This is a really nice overnight move here. And we moved into a trading range, but that, I mean, that's pretty normal after a move up. So, yeah, we will likely see some continuation. Maybe come down, test this lows, and then start going higher. Sorry, my arrow's not on. Probably test these lows and go higher. You have a nice move up like that generally, and then you consolidate into a range. Generally, you continue in the same direction. Especially if we are looking at the possibility of a measured move. I think I'm going to put it at the bottom here, because that's new. So, we can project that prices might want to get up to this level. Yeah, totally, Pete. It's usually, you know, if you're trading price action like this, it's usually best to focus in on ticker. But I mean, it's the same strategies. You know, they're not really much is different about it. Just that obviously you're gonna have to trade different number of contracts with the Nasdaq, and it's more leveraged. So you just gotta be careful of that. Sometimes a little bit faster moving, but otherwise, like, the strategies themselves are the same. Good morning, Toad. Hey, Greg. Good morning. Happy Friday. So right now, we are actually above the daily consolidation. So this is technically a breakout. Can you not hear anything? Can anyone confirm what Greg's saying? Can you hear my voice? Am I good volume-wise? Hey, Chris G, what is up? Appreciate the support. Yeah, and the feedback. Glad it's helpful to someone, and I agree, man. The group here that hangs out in the live chat is a solid crew. Honestly, it'd be really hard if it's just a bunch of trolls and stuff. So I really do appreciate everyone. A lot of solid traders here, a lot of great contribution. It's been really enjoyable. And thank you. Yeah, I mean, the Apex referral bonuses are kind of a drop in the bucket. I don't think, you know, unless I have like a huge audience and everyone's doing it, it's just whatever. Couple extra bucks. I'm good volume wise. Okay, thanks, Pete. Yes, this is to answer your question, Greg, this is the evaluation count that I passed, and I have the email from Apex. I can post that. I haven't converted it to a PA yet. But yeah, there it is. You can see the balance. Unfortunately, I'm really bummed that happened outside of the stream, because the whole point is to do it live, right? But yeah, forgot I was just trading and left it on my trade copier. So I don't think I have it on right. So I'm just gonna be trading in my funded accounts, but that balance is just still there. I'll get it all set over the weekend, and we'll start a new challenge hopefully Monday. Morning, Bad Vibes. So again, and I'll put this in text now so that it can kind of be said. So again, we have this uptrend working here, had a break of it, new high. So this uptrend is played out. We're looking for a correction or reversal, and then here we get it. Just two legs of correction, boom, with a break and new low. And then we're back above the EMA. So that was the bearish correction, didn't really do much, and now we're bouncing here. So it looks like we're transitioning into a range structure. However, usually when you have a move up into a range like this, you will see continuation. So that's what I'm expecting, but we will likely come down and at least get down in here somewhere, maybe test the lows of the range first before bouncing. We'll see. I don't know. We could just shoot up here as well, but eventually I'm expecting us to go higher, and we will be looking just to take long positions today. Now the market can do anything. We could just reverse and have a big bearish day. This could be a bullish trap on the daily chart. But just judging the price action here, so far we are bullish and we are only looking long. MG, I'm gonna call you MG. What's up? Good morning, welcome. Good question. Well, when I first started trading, I was trading stocks, so had to have at least 25K to do that, to day trade them at least. Well, before that, I guess I was more like swing trading / investing, and so had even less than that. But price action wise, I've been trading price action for the last 2 years. I didn't, to be honest, I really kind of jumped right into the prop firm accounts, because I didn't want to, either trade micros or have like a really narrow margin of error. So did the evaluations and passed those pretty quick, and have been building up slowly since then. It's been the last couple of years. And what is my daily goal? My daily goal, honestly, I don't really think of it in terms of money necessarily. Just think of it in terms of trades. So I'm looking for 1 or 2 really good trades every day. That usually comes out to about, because obviously there's losers and stuff. So a couple $100 per account. Hey, thanks, Zippins. Don't send too many positive vibes. Bad vibes might take offense. Yeah, Brant, we haven't seen this high since a long time. Yep, last August. We haven't been seeing prices this high since last August. So this would definitely be a good spot for a bull trap for sure. Folks buying this breakout, it's not like, honestly, on the daily chart, it's not like we've had a ton of volume and this has been a rally. Like, we've been chopping up, and it's been pretty at low conviction, I would say. This would be a good spot now that we're breaking out to get a big trap. MG, no, I think VWAP is quite useful, but I don't actually have it on this chart. As you see in the description, is the 21 period EMA and the 100 period EMA. But generally I would say VWAP is a good indicator. As with all indicators, you just have to think, don't ever take something at face value. Like, it's not a line on a chart, it tells you information. So these EMAs, it's not just like a magic line that we trade off of. Think about what it's telling you. This is the 21 period exponential moving average. So this is the average of the last 21 bars, with weighted towards the most recent action. So it's considering the last 21, but weighted towards the most recent action. And same thing on the 100. So this is just telling you what the average price is, and especially considering what's happening currently. So if you think about indicators that way, it really helps you use them in a way that makes sense and that can actually assist your trading, rather than just like, oh, we're bouncing off the VWAP or whatever. Well, what is the VWAP? And obviously it's the volume weighted average price. So it's the average price of the ticker considering volume, so taking into account what bars came on volume and what ones didn't, giving more preference to high volume moves. So yeah, that's what I would always encourage people. Like, I don't really use indicators to trade, meaning like these are just kind of supportive, you know, they just kind of help give the overall bias, figure out where we're going, where we've been. I'm not using them to like an entry signal or something. And I would encourage everyone to do that with all indicators. If you have one on your chart, know what information it is telling you and use that information to inform your decisions. Don't use like the indicator itself, like think about what it's telling you. So anyway, I want to beat a dead horse there. Bad vibes. Am I expecting new highs? I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest. I don't think that there's really been any news that would propel us into bull mode. There is still some questions in the air in regards to the debt ceiling, rate hikes, inflation. All of that is still, like, the situation hasn't changed. But just looking at the price action today, you know, and I'm no expert macro analyst for sure. So all that's there, you know, we know that. But just looking at the price action today, this looks bullish. So until it shows otherwise, here's the market open. That's what we're looking at. So traded up into this range, no bearish correction, and now we are continuing up. Yes, debt ceiling did pass the Senate. Yes. So yeah, I guess that situation has changed a little bit, because for a while it was like not sure if it was even going to get that far. So the market obviously likes it, and I think that's what it really comes down to. Like, don't try to predict what's going to happen based on the news. Like, you don't know. You're not, you know what I mean? Like, we're talking about the biggest financial companies in the world who have millions of dollars in research. Follow them. Like, the prices will tell you what the market thinks of stuff. Hey, Matthew. So the market likes all this. We're breaking out. Had a huge gap up today. Breakout on the daily. If we can continue this momentum, hold the top of the range, continue to stay above the EMA, all of that will show that this is legit and we're only considering buying. But again, this would be the level of an epic bull trap. Doesn't look like it price action wise right now. So don't hear me saying I'm predicting that or anything. I'm just saying there's gonna be a lot of people trapped here if we were to drop. There's gonna be a lot of folks buying this breakout. Looks like we might have that measured move I threw on the chart earlier. At least getting pretty close. Yep, pretty much reached to the tick. This little mini channel also has a break, maybe looking to make a new high, and then we can expect perhaps a larger correction. We'll see. We'll see. That's what we'll be waiting on. Well, here we go, reaching the top of the range. This is wonderful action. You guys should be super excited. We have not seen this kind of action in quite a while. Possible overshoot of our channel here. We'll see. We might be able to widen this up just a little bit to include that if we go off this wick. Otherwise, that might be an overshoot. So we'll just see how prices react here. Got to be careful when there is an overshoot. That can typically lead to a larger correction, sometimes even a reversal. I don't think this doesn't look like reversal territory, but we might get a correction here. Either way, we're gonna have to wait for some sort of pullback to get to the EMA. We're not gonna take any positions up here. Waiting on that bread and butter. That's right, Black and exactly. You know, I wouldn't wait till the bottom of the channel. When you have a really strong trend, prices can often just not ever reach the bottom of the channel like all day. I would look for it at the EMA. In a strong trend, you really just want to see a correction play out with a break in new extreme and then look for it to happen at the EMA. $4,300. I'm gonna check that level, Brant. Where's the 4,300 level? Is that from... Oh yeah, from like mid-August. That would be crazy. That would be super crazy. Actually, no, Matthew. The grinding itself is not necessarily a sign of correction. Prices can continue like that for a long time, just putting in little tiny bars, especially on the tick chart. That's what a strong trend looks like on the tick chart, is lots of little tiny bars just kind of grinding up. Whereas a time-based chart, it'll look a little bit more like straight up and down. So no, the grinding itself isn't what would lead me to think about a reverse or a correction. It's more the fact that we're at the top of the range, and there was a possible overshoot. This isn't acting like an overshoot, but just the fact that prices are in this area is what would have me thinking that there's an overshoot or a correction coming. Yeah, the strongest trend is when prices just relentlessly crawl up all day long. Have tiny little pullbacks to the EMA that instantly get bought up, and you're just slowly, one bar after another, crawling up. Sometimes it's hard to get an entry on those days because prices won't even come back to the EMA, really. When they do, it's like a first entry and then they're gone again. So this looks like a kind of congested area, but even this has slightly bullish bias. We can't even draw a little range here because of all this empty space. So even the congestion is bullish. Man, oh man. Continuing higher. Let's extend our channel out. Obviously, we do not have an overshoot. It's not acting like that at all. I'm gonna throw the midline on here. Because you got a strong trend like this, the midline might be where we bounce. Double left click your drawings, it'll automatically bring up the properties menu. Good tip. Oh, double left click, I was double right clicking. Dude, that is brilliant. Awesome. Thank you. That's funny because one of the things that I've noticed is Mac, when he's in his videos and he's changing the color of his channels, he always clicks apply and then okay, and I'm like, dude, just click okay, you don't have to click apply. I'm sure I do a lot of stuff like that. Just inefficient stuff. But thank you, Brand, I appreciate that. Double click. What I really would like is to be able to have hotkeys for different colors of channel. I haven't figured that out yet. If anyone can figure that out, that would be sweet. Like one hotkey for a green channel, one hotkey for a red channel. As far as I can tell, you can only have one hotkey for a channel, and it just has to be a default color of your choice. Okay, so now we are overshooting again. There's a chance that this might not even be a real overshoot, and we might just have a super strong trend. It's gonna do its own thing. So I'm already kind of looking for steeper channel that might be in play. We could even have like the spike in channel deal going on here. No, Matthew, I'm not really worried about a breaking new high. When you have a really strong trend, all that kind of becomes a little bit inconsequential. You are in a really strong trend, you're gonna have a lot of break and new highs of a lot of different channels. It's just gonna keep going. Sometimes, yeah, when the market wants to go, it's just gonna go. So the only thing that I would consider is, like, if you're at the top of the channel, be a little cautious, wait for a pullback, which is what we're doing. But other than that, you're just looking for prices to get to the EMA and give you a second entry long. Alright, Tick Hunter, you can have one color for the NinjaTrader built-in channel. You can have the Pat's toolbar or another channel drawing object set to a different color. Okay. I'll have to figure out how to do that. That would be super helpful. even just two colors, like a red and a blue. I mean, a green and a red. Cool, we got our pullback here at the EMA. And this does now look like an overshoot and is acting like it. You get an overshoot, often it leads to a correction or reversal. That's what's happening here. So I think we do indeed have an overshoot. Draw our correction channel. We might actually get all the way to the bottom of the channel here. Woo-wee. So this is a good this is a good example of why you got to be careful just buying at the top of channels like this. A lot of folks got in here, man. That's what I was saying. This is the perfect area for a bull trap. Not only is it a strong trend, but this is a breakout on the daily chart. And so you got a lot of people just buying here, not really thinking about it, just buying, trusting this breakout. But again, it's all been on relatively low volume. It hasn't been a super strong rally. And it hasn't been confirmed either. This is the first time we're really breaking out, and we have no confirmation yet. There's the first entry. We do have an overshoot of our bearish correction, so that's leading to a correction as well. We had an overshoot here that led to a correction, and then an overshoot here that's leading to another correction. This would be ICT's liquidity sweep, quick expansion move away with the market structure shift, creating an FG pullback to fair value gap, then continuing direction of liquidity sweep. Baxter, you know I don't speak Spanish. No, Matthew, yeah, definitely don't think about a short. Milk was a bad choice. Classic American cinema there, guys. I would even say that's a film. That's just a film. Yeah, whenever you're in doubt of if you should take only longs or only shorts, zoom out. Remind yourself the overall pattern. Look at that. You don't want to short against that. Unless we get a really strong confirmed downtrend. We're only thinking bullish as of now. Have our pullback, first entry short. I don't think I would take a failed second entry short. It's a little too wide. Johnny, let's take a look at that old 10K. I haven't even glanced at that today. Yeah, that does look like a break of the channel on the 10K. First entry as well. So yeah, this definitely looks like we have a break and expecting a new high. I don't either, Brant. This was a pretty strong correction for sure, but we will see what happens here at the support and what happens at the EMA. So far rejecting it, that's not a great sign. Technically, we have our second entry long here, but we have not gotten above the EMA. So, yeah, I wouldn't even consider a higher low here, I don't think. This is a little too bearish. This is really sloppy price action though. Look, you got this overshoot, super wide correction, super wide. There's no way you can really draw a nice neat channel on this unless it's massively wide. But we'll see. Once prices create a new low, which is we're only a couple ticks away from that, then we'll reassess what we got going. Again, looking on the 10K, this just looks like a correction, right? This just looks like two legs of correction. That's got to be our first thought, is that this is just a correction. We're still above the EMA on the 10K chart. We have a first entry long pullback. This could be a second entry long on the 10K. Downtrend has not yet a new low, but close. This is another little mini second entry long from this swing high. First entry, second entry. Some folks might take that. A little aggressive for me. Bars are getting a little bit whippy too. Did you see how quickly this one turned down? We're coming up bullish and then it just boom, like right at the end. Not a good sign as well for the bulls. We're more or less at the halfway point of the long green candle this morning on a 5-minute chart. This is a pretty key area, whether or not we're going to, and that was basically like all this right here is one candle on the 5-minute chart, and we're about at the halfway point. So if we can hold this, that'll be a good sign. If we start to dip below, then our bias might need to change a little bit. Price is not able to get above the EMA on 3 different attempts. Rosales, welcome. Good morning. Oof, man, oh man. It's ugly. That's our second entry short. Man, oh man. We could have a second entry short failure. No. Those bearish candles are forming way too fast, man. I think you got to be careful of anything right here. This looks pretty dangerous. Matthew, no, I don't ever use patterns like descending triangles. I mean, I will note them on the chart if they're forming, but I don't use them to like trade. Could be a triple test down here. Yeah, you do not want a piece of this brand. Exactly. This is a danger zone. Either way. Like here, Matthew, you know, obviously I think we can all probably see visually that we have this kind of triangle going. So to me, when I see a triangle, I consider that like just a no trade. So that is one way I use them. If there's a wedge forming one way or another, that just keeps me out of stuff. I don't think they're too reliable of a pattern because you will often see like a breakout and then a reversal, or vice versa, breakout reversal. Or sometimes it just continues on, so. Oh, sorry. I think Rosales asked me a question. Oh no, you said filled second entry short would be nice here. I don't think so, just because of the, again, kind of the wedge we got going on. Now, if it would have happened like this, where we went first entry short, second entry short up here, right on the EMA, that would have been nice. But the fact that we turned down again right here has to have you really cautious on taking a long. We have our second entry long on the 10K, and then that got stopped out. So make it a double trap here. Hope. All right, so I think we got to start adjusting our bias a little bit. Price is continuously getting rejected at the EMA. Loving that double click, Brant. That's a game changer. See if we also have, if there's any possibility of this. I think the spike in channel looks a little bit better. Makes a little bit more sense on the chart, but I think we might be below that now. Oh, right on the bottom. That does not look good on the 10,000 tick chart, boys and girls. We're nearly taking out the open here. So this could be a gap reversal. Woo! What did I say, man? The dangerous area on the daily chart. Perfect for a bull trap, and that's what is happening. Even if we don't, you know, continue with the bearish move, bulls have been trapped. They're not in their positions anymore. All those that bought up there. Oops, what am I doing? Might have a measured move here. Going past it. Spider pattern like this, man, it doesn't look quite right, but it might be, because otherwise we have an overshoot on our spike and channel. But we'll see. If this starts acting like an overshoot, then we will just keep this. Otherwise, this might be what's going on. Dang, dude. Well, we have retraced far enough that I could definitely consider shorts at this point. So waiting for a pullback to the EMA. We'll see if we can get a second entry short. Maybe it's just the case that there wasn't any larger pattern, that we did just indeed have a break new high. Well, actually, no, we had that overshoot, so that's exactly it, man. Have an overshoot that can lead to a correction or sometimes even a reversal, and here you go. Very strong move down. We keep overshooting channels that we draw. And this is looking so far like an overshoot because we have an instant reversal. I hope y'all are being safe out there. This is definitely dangerous conditions. If you're buying or selling stupid, this can really hurt. So hope y'all are staying safe. Wear protection. Wear a helmet. Alright, well, here we are again, overshoot, and now we got move in the other direction. On the 10K, this kind of looks like we got our move down, break, new low, and now we might be able to continue some bullishness. We'll see. Did we get our first entry there? Can't tell. No, that looks like an equal low, so we still do not have our first entry short. Matthew. For sure, right? Always sucks to lose, but you know, when you lose on sim, you're like, well, at least that wasn't real. So far turning down at our channel line here. Okay, so now we do have our break and new high of this bullish move here. We'll see if it was just a correction in larger bearish move, or we will continue up. Could shoot for a measured move here. We already had our measured move down, I think. Oh yeah, and we overshot it actually. This has been the day of the overshoot and reverse. Totally, Brant. Yep. The third touch is like the magic. Like, hey, this is confirmed. We can really trust this and make a trade off of it. And then yeah, it blows through. And it's like, okay, forget that. But we kind of had a sense that might happen with this overshoot. So above both EMAs, not expecting new low of this downtrend any longer. Bless me. We'll see if we push below the EMA here. I have a feeling this is more than likely a larger pattern like this. We'll see. It'll kind of depend on what happens right here. If we push below both EMAs, I will keep the narrow channel and we'll look for a possible short. Otherwise, I got a feeling that we're going to respect this and continue higher. Okay, we'll see. We might get a second entry long here. I don't like how we're right at the 10K's EMA. If we can get above that though, and the setup is kind of above that, we'll take that. Not even have our first entry yet. There's our first entry. From this high, pull back, first entry, and it looks like we might just make a new high here. With no way to enter on a second entry. And there we go. So forget about that. That was short-lived. But that's exactly what you got to do. You got to find contexts where like, okay, here's the perfect context for this setup to happen. And then you just wait and see if it does. And so you can see that was the perfect context for it to happen, and that's exactly the move that we were expecting. Break out of this little channel, EMA holds, move to a new high. So now we can see if there's going to be a little bit of a bearish correction. We'll wait for it to break, get a new low, and then we're going to look for a new high. I am leaning more bullish at this point. You zoom out. The 5-minute chart today doesn't look great, but if you're looking at all the overnight action, we still held like that 50% or so retracement, so we still could get a new high of this bullish channel. $10K kind of tells the same story. Bullish channel had a break, expecting a new high, and look at this break. It's like 2 legs of correction. 1 leg, 2 legs. Now we're moving up again. Might get a failed second entry short here on the 10K. Already have our first entry right there. If we get a failed second entry short right at the 10K EMA, that'd be pretty tempting. Nice strong move up. How we doing out there, chat? We staying alive? We trading safe? People in a dark hole of red right now. Spider pattern doesn't look good. D'Angelo, nice. Spider pattern doesn't look bad. EMA is starting to match it. Strong bullishness. Well, the good thing, Pete, is really, even in hindsight, I do not see any solid, clean setups. There's really been no way to join. There was no way to join this whole thing since the open. Just kind of drifted up. We have an overshoot, and then boom, just instant reversal. You can't even predict that. We had this weird wedge forming, and then it just broke to the downside, and then overshoot and rebouncing. So there really has not. Hope that can calm your FOMO a little bit, that there's not really been a way to trade this. So you haven't really missed anything. We had a great opportunity right here for a possible second entry long, and nothing. Just first entry to a new high. Here was a second entry long, but it's not even close to the EMA. Can't take that. We'll wait for a pullback here, and again, this is another one of those moments like, okay, the context is right. We have a good, solid, bullish move here. Prices are respecting this channel. Let's get a pullback and see a second entry long here at the EMA. So we know exactly what we want to see. Oops. So let's wait for it to happen. Always keeping in mind our correction channels. While this is in play, we're not going to do anything. It's already reached the second leg. I will explore what you mean there. Just a sec here. Yeah, I mean, I suppose you could look at, if you're looking at it like this, you know, you have your first leg and your second leg, totally. And that might be what we have here. It really depends on the EMA. So I agree, Summit. That's a good call out. And if the EMA can't hold prices, I think that's exactly what's going on. We'll give it a chance here because now our short-term correction has to break a new low. So if we can move above the EMA, I'm still thinking bullish, still thinking second entry long. But if we try to move up here and the EMA rejects prices again, that's when I will favor the fact that we've already made two legs and we're done. See if the 10K offers any insights. I'd say same deal on the 10K. This looks like, mostly it looks like one leg. There's our first entry long. See this push above the EMA here. That's going to be important. So far, no dice. Okay, so there's our first entry. This looks nice. We're above the EMA. Let's see if we can pull back and get that second entry. It doesn't look like it. Looks like we're gonna have another first entry to a new high, huh? This is definitely the time to pull back. Perfect. Okay, this could happen. We have one more bar right here. Finishes bullish right at the EMA. Will be lovely. Come on, baby. Tick below. Let's go. Equal lows will not do it for me. I do need to see a tick below. Come on. Go below. Go below. Here we go. Okay, now we need to see it finish bullish. That's a huge bar. And a finish bearish. Not getting a break today. Yeah, way too low for sure. Now, the only thing would be if we... I'm not even going to say it anymore. I was going to say if we could bounce right here and give a higher low right at the EMA, but too bearish. So it looks like we're looking at a second leg here. We have a definite new low of this downtrend, 2 legs. Let's see if we can bounce here. The 10K still looks like we have just a break and waiting for a new high. Of both those channels, actually. So we have 2 bullish channels that could possibly get a new high. Definitely bullish here. So I'm not looking for any shorts yet. That is technically our second entry, way down here. So we just need to see prices move above the EMA and give a nice like higher low, which would also be, it'd be confirmation of the second entry long and could be a failed second entry short. First entry, boom, second entry. Or we might just reverse into oblivion here. We'll find out. Well, I will say one thing. Today has not been boring. So that's good. No clean setups, but man, stuff's moving, so that's wonderful. Gotta appreciate that. Anthony, what's going on? 420 retest. Would not be surprised. You are, if today's been a little difficult for you, no worries. This has been a tricky day. This was a beautiful looking bullish uptrend, overshoot reversal. This is a great looking bearish downtrend, overshoot reversal. Again, this was a nice looking bull trend, and we weren't able to make a new high below the EMA, possibly another reversal. So if you were at all like struggling or finding today difficult, there's a reason for that. So don't be too hard on yourself. I think this is our measured leg down here too. Yep, I hit the measured move perfectly. So this could be where we bounce. I will look for a failed second entry short. Anthony's calling on the 420 retest. I hope not, Anthony. It doesn't present me personally as much opportunities, so I don't want that to happen. Could it? Of course. Bummer. Would have liked to see our first entry short right around here so that we could get our second one right around the EMA. Does not look like that's happening quite yet. 10K has a first entry long. Maybe we just raise maybe we just wait on a higher low and play the second entry on the 10K chart. So I don't think we're going to get our failed second entry short, unfortunately. We've moved too high up here for that to happen. But we might still get like a second entry long here. Well, this has been an interesting day, folks, for sure. I do want to take a poll while everyone's still here. So, again, I passed the latest challenge here. Got another funded account there. So we had voted a while ago. Seemed like the majority of folks wanted me to do a 50K challenge next time. So was hoping to start that Monday, but I need to know how to size it. I want to know what you guys want. So whether like play it super conservatively, go really small size, kind of a balance, you know, slightly aggressive, or like super aggressive, looking for one good trade, maxing out the possibilities. So do want to take a poll. We'll try to find a time. Max contracts, oh man. Brant was quick on the trigger on that one. Oh, that's always the worst when you just need one trade to... Conservative is realistic, for sure, for sure. And I mean, obviously, if you've been watching my stream, you know that that's what I personally do and personally favor. And my style is definitely low-key and conservative. And I think everyone can kind of attest to that. But, you know, every once in a while, we like to... Look, here's the thing. I'm not going to trade different, right? Like, I'm going to still take high probability setups. I'm going to trade the same one way or another, but the question is the size. How much size am I going to take? Okay, or I could take more aggressive setups, but I don't know. The idea is to pass it. And if I take aggressive setups, you know, not sure I'm going to pass it. The aggressive setups are aggressive for a reason, right? They don't have as high of a chance of success. So if I were going to take aggressive setups, I would want to size down significantly to compensate for that. Today, there hasn't even been any really aggressive setups, man. There hasn't even been a trade that I'm like, oh, we might do that. It's just reversals. So here we go. I'll make it official. All right, here we go. How should I size in the next challenge? One contract with more aggressive trades. 4 contracts, which is fairly standard. 8 contracts would be quite aggressive. Or just max it out and just try to go big on one good trade. This will determine the fate of the next challenge, so please make your voice heard, vote, step up to the polls. Yes, Brant, 4 contracts is what I'm doing now. So that would be a little bit more of a, I wouldn't say conservative approach, because right now my sizing has been aggressive on the 25K. 4 contracts is what I've been doing. So it will be a really solid kind of middle of the road sizing to pass the 50K challenge. 8 contracts would be aggressive. That would be more reflective of like what I'm doing now. Yeah, Johnny, I have a trade copier, so I'm trading all my accounts at the same time. That's the other thing about, I'd rather not switch up my style and do like aggressive trades because I'm trading all my accounts, so I don't trade all of them like that. If I did aggressive trades, and I'm glad people aren't really voting for that, then I would have to probably not trade my funded accounts for a while. Or I guess I could switch them to like micros, but I don't really want to do that. Okay, you got sorry. We'll leave the voting for another minute or two here. So you have an opinion, want to see something, make it known now. Looking like somewhat of a range. Oh, that's a good point, Brant. Jocko isn't here, so we can't. Here's what we'll do. Whatever the result is on Monday, I'll bag everything. If his vote makes a difference, then I will completely change directions. All right, last minute to vote. Well, here's the thing, Rosales. A couple things. One, I'm good as far as like bad habits. In general, yeah, I agree with you. However, 2 contracts, 1 runner, I would not be down with. Just mathematically, it's not a good idea to run half of your size. Your losses are going to be a lot bigger than your winners on most trades because runners are kind of they happen infrequently. So the minimum amount of contracts I would want to trade in order to have a runner is 4. So I wouldn't want to do a runner on anything less than that. If I was trading less, I would just scalp out or maybe go for a bigger target. So anyway, here we go. Gonna end the poll, see what our results are. Drum roll, drum roll. 4 contracts it is. Although there's quite a few folks that wanted to max it out. So I think 4 contracts is perfect. Honestly, that's a really good size. That's what I do. That's how I've passed all of my 50K evals is doing 4 contracts. So with my win rate, I can feel pretty comfortable in that. It is a little aggressive. It is a little aggressive for sure, but it's not like overly aggressive. I would say it's a slightly aggressive approach. So anyway, that's what we'll do Monday. Hopefully we can start that. And I don't think Jocko's vote is going to turn the tides. Sorry, Jocko. Anthony, I'm not sure what you're talking about, man. Today you win. You said 420. We're gonna go to 420. I'm not seeing that so far. I'm not seeing the retest of the 420. Does not look like. I mean, hey, still can happen, right? We could just rock it down from here. 420 is like all the way down here somewhere. And I had said we were looking for a new high of this trend and this trend, so maybe we're both right. Maybe we'll get a break here, new high, and then we can go down to your 420 level. How's that? We can both win. Oh my gosh, Brant, someone trading 5 eval accounts with max contracts. That's just dumb. And I really appreciate too that everyone here, I mean, there was some folks who voted for max contracts, but I think in a lot of streams, everyone would vote for max contracts. People just want to see, it's like Gladiator. Are you not entertained? But I appreciate that not everyone, this crew isn't really in that kind of Wall Street Bets mindset of just YOLO. So I think it would be fun too to watch, and it would require a lot of just like, man, waiting for the absolute perfect setup. Yeah, I think so too, Brant. I think so too. That is true. Like if you're really patient enough, max contracts, if you wait for the right setup. Obviously, it's not guaranteed. You know, you can always get a loser, but yeah, it's not like it would be a YOLO. That makes sense, Johnny, for sure. Yeah, exactly, Brant. Yep. That's always funny to me. If someone wins and folks go, oh, great trade. It's like, was it though? Just because it's a winner doesn't mean it's a great trade. You can have a loser and have a great trade. You know, it's all about the process. All about the actual setup you're taking. Can't remember if we hit this measured move or not. Yep, right on it. We'll see if this, the top of the range can hold. Possibility of a wider channel here, but this is really the second leg. This guy, so we already had this move up, has a break in new high, so really we need to kind of wait here. We need to see some sort of bearish correction play out before we can consider going long again. And still, again, you know, expecting a new high of the larger uptrend. It looks like we might go straight up there. This doesn't look very pretty on the 5-minute chart today. Considering that the open was right around here. So if you just cut out all of that, this looks like just kind of one big range. On the 5-minute chart, it does not look good. Considering the overnight action, it looks a lot better. Two measure moves up on the 10K. Hamish, I'm going to take a look at that. Yeah, if you're talking about this, yeah, that's what we just looked at on the 2K. This sucker really could go way up here. Almost have a new high. So if we can get above this high here and then hold it, this has been bullish enough that we can look to trade that. So hopefully the EMA will catch up, end up right around here. we can come up and get a second entry long right there. That would be a beautiful trade. But given today, maybe this is where we have a massive reversal bullish trap. Go all the way down to Anthony's 420 level. Dang, here we go. New high. Just experimenting with different channel options here, but this is the second leg, so you don't really need to draw a channel on it. The second leg of this. We are just looking for a chance to go long. Been definitely bullish enough. So this is why price action is wonderful, man. We were looking at this large channel, always thinking, dude, this thing's gotta get a new high. Look how big it is. Got a break, and then had another bullish channel that had a break. So you had two bullish channels that needed a new high, and boom, there you go. Right up to it. And with these big channels, you know, you're not going to get a new high right away, right? Like, you get this big channel and a break. You can't expect that it's going to instantly go to a new high. Sometimes the corrections are larger. But we had 2 legs down, and then we're back up to it. 2 legs up to a new high. That's just, yeah, I mean, that's price action playing out to a T. You can see it a lot clearer on the 10K. Move up. 2 legs down, and then another move up, and that happens in 2 legs as well. Boom, boom. But everything is always moving in twos. There's always a pattern. The next piece that we might get is a measured move of this. Now, since we have a new high, we might have a little correction, right? We might have 2 legs of correction. But then I would suspect that we would come up and try to reach for this level. Now, if we don't, a measured move is not reached like that, then you can definitely expect to sell off a little bit more extremely. There's our first entry long. This, if a second entry long happens up here, you're gonna have to be a little cautious because we've already reached that medium term measured move. We have a new high of the uptrend. this is certainly where we can get a larger correction. But if we continue to hold the EMA, you can certainly consider the second entry long. The wisest choice would be to wait for a higher low confirmation of the second entry long. So move down, first entry, pull back, second entry, and then after that, a higher low. That's a good question, Johnny. When would you start drawing a new channel, since this action right now is basically just the second leg of the original channel? That's a really good question, and it really just kind of depends on what happens from here. If we just continue to rock it up, then we'll look, you know, like if we can't get a move below the EMA keeps holding, that's when we'll look to draw a larger channel here, you know, maybe like this or something. But if we start to get a correction, then that's what we'll watch. We'll watch the bearish correction, and then once that plays out, then we'll start a new channel after the bearish correction. Hope that makes sense. So the best thing now is to not start drawing bullish channels yet. Just wait, because again, we reached the high of 2 uptrends. So this is where we would expect a correction to occur. So let's wait. Let's wait and see if that happens or not. Just wait to see now that we got the new high. Exactly. Once you get a new high of an uptrend, you're just waiting to see if there's continuation, strong continuation, or a correction. And if the correction, just wait for it to play out, and then you can start looking again for a bullish channel. Right now we have one little leg of correction. We might get a second one right here, and maybe that's it, and then maybe we're back to bullishness. Still only our first entry long here. Might tick above. Nope, not yet. I'm tentatively looking for a higher low second entry long confirmation. Seems bullish enough that that's what might happen. Pull back, first entry. Actually did get our second pullback. Oh, that is our second entry. Second pullback, second entry is right here. So can't do a higher low now. We're way too far away from the EMA, but maybe a double trap if we drop down here and then finish bullish at the EMA. Yeah, second entry long would definitely be too risky now that we reached a new high, but if you get a higher low that continues to confirm the second entry long, that's when you can consider taking that. Looks like we were about to get to a new high though. And still waiting here too, just because we have a second entry long that went to a new high, that doesn't mean I'm going to start looking for bullish channels yet. We're still right around the same level. We could even come up a little bit more and then reverse. So again, this is still a waiting area. Don't worry, never going to be a setup today. Yeah, that could be the case. That could be the case. There's usually always, you know, if you're able to be here for the whole trading day, there's usually always 1 or 2 solid setups. You might have to wait till the afternoon, but you know, it's few and far in between where there's absolutely nothing. So anyway, again, at this point in the chart, you want to be patient. Still waiting for a possible bearish correction, and look for that to happen. But if we come down again and the EMA holds, and come down again and the EMA holds, that's when you want to start looking for something more bullish, some sort of secondary channel right here, something like that. Give it time though. Give it time to set up. Otherwise, bummer that we didn't get any clean setups today, but it was fun being with you guys, and great that the market's actually moving. So there was a lot of action, even though we weren't able to snag a trade. But yeah, continue to follow those short turn channels, let the bullish corrections play out. It looks like we're mostly just going to be long today, unless there's a massive reversal. So yeah, hopefully you can start the challenge on Monday. 50K account. We'll be doing 4 contracts, looking to pass another one live on stream, and hopefully I'll remember to turn them off the trade copier when I'm off of stream. But thanks everyone for a great week, and enjoy. I know, Tess, I know, I'm sorry. I have a quote-unquote real job to do as well. So have a great weekend, everyone. Take care. We'll see you on Monday.